Hello and welcome to another episode of Madhu Decodes. Today we are back with Rishi again. We did a podcast earlier with Rishi. Rishi is the founder of 25 Tera Watts, a clean energy AI automation studio. He is helping a lot of energy companies save money through AI. In the previous podcast, we spoke about the process of his discovery and gap analysis and how he assesses the AI opportunities. In this podcast, we are going to look at how are we presenting those opportunities back to a customer or business owner. So it can be an outcome of an automation or a product or an app. So today we will dig deep into those aspects. What are the outcomes of the gap analysis and discovery, and ultimately the AI opportunities that the business owner can consume. Thank you, Rishi, for coming back again. I've seen your some of your outcomes that you have been presenting, and it is impeccable. That's a great step forward in terms of presenting it to a business audience. And that's why I thought it will be good for our audience to listen to you to understand what kind of outputs make sense to business owners.
Yeah. So the main thing that I found initially in my business process was that businesses were asking that what will it look like? So I was showing them examples of previous work that I've done, but then I realized that I could give them examples of what the tool would look like for them themselves. So we'll dive deeper into how I do that as we go along.
Thank you. So let's start with what are the kind of gap analysis outcomes or outputs the business owners are likely wanting to see from you?
So essentially, I take the approach of first understanding what is it that the business owner or the decision maker is facing as a challenge that they want to overcome in the business process. So once I have a decent understanding of that, then I go a little bit deeper into that process specifically. That gives them an idea of what is at stake in terms of how much they can save in terms of time and money. So what I do is help them first recognize what that cost is, and also then once they describe the process of how that work is being done right now, I take those instructions and analyze that using LLM software like ChatGPT and Claude to break it down into what the tool would look like, what a software tool would look like from that.
So in essence, when the business owners have given you insight into their current business processes, they would like to see an output of an improved business process, but also an analysis of the cost involving in the new world, right?
Yeah.
And some sort of visibility into what exactly the AI opportunity is.
There's a cost-benefit analysis that's happening straight away. I'm able to extract enough information that I can create a tangible outcome that they can see what that improved business process would look like if they have that tool.
Thank you. That's great to hear. So let's dive deep into some of the aspects of your process. So in this step, I think you've completed your analysis, you've gone through their process, and then you're trying to present your output. Please explain how you go about crafting your deliverables.
Okay. So the first thing I do is take the transcript of the call. I'm taking that transcript and feeding it into an LLM software like ChatGPT or Claude for it to analyze the requirements that the business has. So let's say they've talked about CRM systems, getting back to their customers quickly. Let's say they've talked about analyzing their customer data. So I would take these things and interrogate that with something like LLM to create a prompt that will be fed into a tool like Lovable. And Lovable is a tool that you can create websites, you can create apps, you can create demonstrations, you can even build full-on software in Lovable. But what I use it for is that quick demo of what that output could look like.
Thank you. So great steps that you have described. So the first step is to feed the transcripts into Claude. The second step is to use the Claude prompt to generate a demoable output for the business owner. Thank you. Okay, let's quickly get into the concept of Claude and how you generate prompts. Over to you, Rishi.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is great. Yeah.
Okay. So I can talk you through an example of a current client and how we are working with them and where it all started. So once I I've met the client and had that first meeting, to how I use that information to then produce something that would make the decision for the business owner easier to go through the next step of getting something built.
Okay.
So once I met this managing director at an event, we had a great conversation about what was it that they were struggling with. He said, we have lots of data that we're not utilizing. Most of the information sits in my head and in spreadsheets or hidden behind emails. And we are not able to give our customers or even the people that work for us a good view of what's going on. And everybody just asks me for everything. So what I did was, once I had a meeting with the MD after the event, then the first thing I did was literally summarize the conversation that I had with him in Starbucks. And I put it in something like ChatGPT. So let me show you how I do that. Here's the conversation that I had. I literally paste the whole transcript of the conversation within that. And what ChatGPT does is generate first it understands what was from the conversation. It summarizes what the challenges Kevin stated, for example, here. And then they realized that there's some inefficiencies in the CRM system. The idea is that they want to sell their products on value. Right now everything gets sold on price, that it's, the cheapest sells, but they want to present more value to their customers. And also recognizing that the customer facing side of their business, they want to improve that. So all of these things ChatGPT has picked up from that conversation and then created a prompt for Lovable to build a demo. So it literally says that, it's exactly how Lovable likes it. So Lovable is a tool that will take a prompt and generate the visuals for a software, generate the front end, as they call it.
So what do you ask the ChatGPT to do then? What prompt do you give ChatGPT?
So I have literally, the prompt to ChatGPT is as simple as this. Here's the transcript. And from what Kevin said, instructions to build a demo AI tool in Lovable that does the things he expressed as challenges he's exploring. Write the Lovable prompt. It's as simple as that. Sometimes it's more involved, but right in this situation, I've just used a very straightforward, basic prompt.
Thank you, Rishi.
So you could be in a situation where you jump off a call with a prospect. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you can generate something that's tangible, something that's visible, that you can send them a video of, let's say, talking about what that tool looks like, and just impress them that way.
Thank you. Yeah.
So once this sort of prompt is generated for Lovable, I feed the prompt into Lovable, and what Lovable has done here is generated what that output could look like. One of the aspects is when an inquiry comes in, the inquiry can be handled and analyzed to what the requirement is going to be, what the code can be generated, what are the requirements that their customer actually has, and how that can be fed. So instead of a person doing this can be automated from the basis of directly from an email. So you paste the email, it gives you exactly all the insights that are needed. So it's just showing that what's possible. Rather than just me talking about it, this is visual output. Then in terms of estimating the work, they can look at various projects. Once they have a good understanding of all the work that needs to be done, the AI can summarize all the work and also then create next steps from there as well. In here, then we have a sales assistant that keeps track of all the work that's going on. What are the project details for each project? What are the next steps? Saving the relevant information to each client. What are the suggested next steps? So you don't have to rely on person's memory. If somebody falls sick and is not coming to work, it's not that the customer will not be served, because the system will have all the information that needs to be there for their customer to still be served and somebody else to pick it up. And then we've also got the Savings Explorer, where they want to be able to show to their clients what sort of savings that client can make by applying certain equipment on their site. And this would do a quick calculation of how much money they can save. So this is a tool that can be a part of this big tool. And then also getting a good idea of who their customers are, how much work is being done. This is just a quick way to help them visualize that, oh wow, really this is possible, that is possible. So instead of just talking about it, you can actually show them something.
That's very good. So can we also look at the process where you've got the prompt, but you're also trying to set it up in Lovable? So can we see the step-by-step process in Lovable itself?
Yeah, so essentially what you have here is, as I mentioned, once the prompt is generated with ChatGPT, I give that prompt to Lovable, and it understands what it needs to build from that, and it builds the app. It builds the web app based on those information.
Mhm.
And in this case, I haven't prompted it further to make some tweaks and changes, because this is absolutely the first step. But essentially, I can look at various aspects and say that, okay, I want more detail
Tweak
to be
it.
shown in
Okay.
here, and so on and so forth.
That's great. So you have just gone into the Lovable window, put the prompt that actually the ChatGPT gave you,
Correct.
and asked Lovable to generate a clickable outcome.
Correct. Copying that prompt, going into Lovable, and here it literally asks you what to build. Once I hit this and press go, this is the output that gets generated from
You got generated. Great. Thank you, Rishi, for showing and giving away a lot of your secret sauce ingredients to generate a clickable outcome for our business owner. So this way, you're able to generate outcomes within the same day as you've had a business owner conversation, and you're able to go back to your customer in a much cleaner, earlier fashion, and they are also able to consume the information in their head as to what they're going to really get. So because this is a great start and a tool that enables decision making quicker for the business owners themselves. I think my audience are also going to ask you what are the prompts you used, etc. But all that I'm going to say is, please reach out to Rishi. I'll give the details here for his LinkedIn page and his website information and the contact details for Rishi in the description. So whoever wants to understand the prompt or the process a little bit more, please reach out to Rishi Gupta.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Anytime. I'm happy to help.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you. Thank you, Rishi, for showing us all your secret sauce. And this is great to see how an outcome is well presented to a business owner and how decision making is easier for them.
Yeah. So I'd like to say that it's important that we as AI agency owners or people who are trying to make sales and present value to the customer, there needs to be that value up front. So how that value is presented up front is something that I feel a lot of agency owners and people who are trying to make sales are missing. They are quite leading with solutions, saying that here's a solution to this problem, here's a solution to that problem, without really understanding what the problem actually is. What this process does is understand the exact problem that the business owner or the decision maker has, and creates tangible output that is specific to just that problem. So it's more personalized, it's more tangible for exactly what they're dealing with, versus many other different solutions that you can present that's maybe has worked for somebody and doesn't work for somebody else. So if somebody wants to gain a deeper understanding of how to do that, how to optimize your sales process so that you are able to actually first understand the problem of the customer before you start pitching solutions, please do feel free to reach out to me in terms of how you can prompt something like AI or ChatGPT better to give you more insights into the conversation that you have with your prospects and clients, so that your next steps are better informed. And I'd be happy to share any information that somebody needs if they just reach out to me on either LinkedIn or my website directly. I'd be happy to help.
Thank you for spending time with us and sharing all these details.
Thank you.
Have a
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.